Okay, ladies and gentlemen, gentlemen and ladies, ladies and gents, the incident that happened yesterday, April 23rd, 2018, where in Toronto, Canada, an individual took a van, a little stupid rental van, and decided to go down a sidewalk and running into as many as 16 people, killing 10 of them. Okay, you watch the incident. This is Canada. This is not the US.
Captured on a bystander's mobile phone.
Hold
footage
on.
of a police officer confronting a man.
Look at the man. He's got his arms up. He looks like he's pointing, getting ready to shoot something. The officer would be justified under their policies and procedures for killing this man. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on. Let me pause y'all for a second. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. There's a lot of issues with people trying to communicate with me, and especially on days like this when I am trying to keep things together. And it has nothing to do with anything other than let's do this so that you guys get it. Let's let this play out.
Who has just mown down pedestrians in Toronto.
The guy
Canada.
is telling the police officer,
driver,
shoot me,
identified
kill
as
me.
25-year-old Alec Manassian.
See, you see how he's acting like he's pulling a gun? The officer knows that he doesn't have a gun. The officer is right there. He sees the scene. He understands what's going on. There are other officers around. Okay, you don't see him firing a gun. You'll say, because he's not black. If he was black, this is Canada, people. This is Canada. Canada doesn't have the same history of racism that the US has. Okay? A police officer has been praised for refusing to shoot a man seeking suicide by cop after allegedly killing 10 people in an attack van. If this is not MK Ultra, I don't know what to tell y'all. If you don't know what MK Ultra is, go and do your research. Normally, this person should be dead. And then they would not be able to ask him any questions. Okay? You're going to find out that because the guy didn't even try to run. The 25-year-old, who is also accused of injuring 15 people after mowing down pedestrians, also said, I have a gun in my pocket. The officer replied, I don't care, get down. That's the way he's supposed to have responded. You see, the so-called suspect never ran towards the officer. He could not go anyplace. He did not want to be injured. To show you he did not really want to die, what happened? The footage shows Manasian repeatedly pulling something from his side and aiming it at the officer. He's not pulling something from his side. He's pretending to pull something from his side, you ignorant reporter, who's calming edges towards him, or who calmly edges towards him until they almost come face to face. Excuse me? Who calmly edges towards him? The suspect doesn't even step off the curb from what I saw.
During the standoff.
Look at this. He never came off the curb.
He's arrested without any shots being
He never came off the curb, but they're saying he calmly edges towards him until they came face to face.
On Yonge Street from Finch. And,
well, look at that. A person of color who's the police chief.
Times on sidewalks, at some point in times driving southbound and northbound lanes. So
here is the problem, ladies and gentlemen. This man, this police chief, said that he was glad that the officer did not shoot and kill the man. Why? Not because he mowed down 100 people and he killed 85 billion people, because they can now ask him questions and find out why. Okay? He's going to be, they said he had no mental history. They checked into him, said he had no mental history. You're going to find that he's going to have mental history. You're going to find that the attorneys are going to try to get the claim of insanity. They have similar laws in the wonderful British Columbia colony known as Canada. But the point is, ladies and gentlemen, in America, the man would have been dead. Not, pay attention, not because of anything other than the fact that they would have said he pointed what looked like a gun. The officer, pay attention everyone, so that you get this. The officer was less than 20 feet away from this man. He could clearly see that he did not have a gun. You look at the video. Let's do that again because I need to show that to you. I haven't seen this part of the video. I was watching part of it yesterday because the guy who filmed the video, he was doing the talking with the newscaster, and I saw he talked about how horrible this was and how unbelievable this was. And I agree with him, how horrible and unbelievable this whole incident was. And the fact that people have to see stuff like this. Now, you know, you watch my videos, I don't show you anybody dying, anybody getting shot, and I never will. That's not news. That's not journalism. Are you considering yourself to be a journalist? No, I consider myself to be bringing information to people. A different side of the story. There was a guy, his name was Harvey, and I don't know what Harvey's last name is, but he's deceased as of now. But Harvey used to work on shows like NPR, National Public Radio, and PBS. And with Harvey, he would always say, and there you have the rest of the story. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm trying to bring you another side of the story so you can put the story together so that you can have the rest of the story that nobody else is telling. Hold on.
Mobile phone, footage of a police officer confronting a man who has just mown down pedestrians in Toronto, Canada. The driver, identified as 25-year-old...
Wait, hold on. Let me show you guys something. Watch this officer. Watch this officer right here.
Toronto, Canada.
Not there. Look at the officer's hands. Look at this guy got his hands up. Look at the officer's gun. Why? Because he knows he doesn't have a gun. But notice what the officer does right now. See? Now he gets in a stance. Because this idiot pulled his hand down. Okay, now watch him do it again. Oh no, they sped it up. I need to show him doing it twice.
Identified as 25-year-old Alex.
See? Look at him. And he does it again. The officer knows the idiot doesn't have a gun. Okay, the officer knows the idiot doesn't have a gun, but everybody else would have said the officer was justified because the individual appeared to have a gun. The officer is not even 20 feet away. Okay, not even 20 feet away. At the most, he's 17 feet away from this idiot. I call him an idiot because it's obvious that there is something wrong. Could it be the fact that it's MK Ultra? I don't know. I can't tell you. I can tell you that it is not normal for somebody to take a van, drive down a sidewalk, and mow over people. Ladies and gentlemen, he's still on the sidewalk. Not the same sidewalk, he's on a different sidewalk. There are no people on this sidewalk. But he's still on a sidewalk, not on the road. This is not normal, people. So there is something going on here, up there, with this young man. Has he had problems in the past? Has he had psychotic episodes? Probably not. Has he had artificial psychotic episodes? Probably yes. Remember, the whole idea throughout this world, especially in countries like Canada, the US, i.e. first and second world countries, is terrorism and to make the citizens afraid because of what they're getting ready to do. If you don't believe me, go back, watch my videos done the 28th, 29th of last year. And I told you they were getting ready to up the ante, not just here in the United States, because as we just showed you with the Philippines, they're doing the same things in all these countries because it's a new world order, one world government. Yeah, I know it doesn't look like a one world government. I know it doesn't look like a new world order. That's because they cannot throw it all in your face at once because the people won't accept it. You'll have protest. can't have protests, ladies and gentlemen. Cannot have protestus, okay? Because they can't control protestus. Oh, and by the way, pay attention to this guy and the officer. The officer is not standing over here walking towards the guy. He's standing with this car in front of him, okay? And when I told you he had his gun pointed to the ground, because he will hit the floor. That's his stance. That's what he's preparing to do. Use the car as present. See? And now he's going through his training. This is him and training. Now watch.
Eventually, he's arrested without any shots being fired.
Of course no shots being fired.
Based on witness accounts, we have a vehicle that started.
Okay, we're going to stop right there. This is done, this whole thing, without any shots being fired. That's the media wanting to hype that without any shots being fired. Again, if this was the U.S., if the individual was black, he would have had 110 bullets put in him. Ladies and gentlemen, the amount of information coming across right now all over this country, and some of it is worthless. Individuals claiming that they were discriminated against, they're jumping on the bandwagon now. Whereas I can promise you right now, I brought up a claim of discrimination because of my skin color and a couple of other things to the county here in this state. And guess what they did? They decided that they were going to put pressure on me to withdraw my complaint. They've done everything in the world to make me, and I'm not withdrawing a single complaint. They have no idea. You see, I brought my complaint before all of this news about discrimination against blacks. We have the Me Too movement. When blacks have been having a Me Too movement, hey, why don't you guys hashtag Me Too for something else other than the Me Too movement? See, they made the Me Too movement an issue because they're trying to raise this issue around the world. The people who are a part of that movement, yes, some of them have legitimate claims, but they do not realize that the Me Too movement is politically motivated. They put that movement together, okay? They put that movement together. So, ladies and gentlemen, I can't create a hashtag for discrimination. Why don't we do hashtag Jim Crow? Why don't you guys do that? Why don't you hashtag Jim Crow? Because we still have Jim Crow laws in this country. The blacks are put in jail more times than any other race. They're arrested by police more times than any other race of people. Many of the, if only you guys know that the police can only arrest a person if they have probable cause. Okay, let me type something in here. It may show up. Hold on. I forgot to put in something, so I apologize. Every arrest by a police officer in the United States is a citizen's arrest. Okay, see, and I don't want, nobody asked about citizen's arrest, but this is Google and its algorithm, and that's what it's called when it does the search. Of the 850,000 results, Google will give me the results it wants to give me. Okay, and you see, people either detain criminals themselves or direct police officers to detain a criminal. Okay, a arrest by a police officer is a citizen's arrest. I can prove this to you in more ways than one. Ladies and gentlemen, when the police make an arrest, when you hear them and they say they made an arrest, they're making a citizen's arrest. Because see, an arrest, hold on, Got to go down here because that just pops up every time I go below that bar. Ladies and gentlemen, who can really make citizens arrest? In England and Wales, the relevant rules governing a civilian arrest, that is, a non-sworn peace officer, right to make an arrest or detain under Section 24A, instance citizens only have the right to arrest any individual who is acting or committing an offense at the present time or is suspected of blah, 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 blah. Ladies and gentlemen, the police, they say a sworn officer. No, it is not a sworn officer who gets to make an arrest. The sworn officer has to submit a sworn affidavit. You know that as a police report, where the police enters an arrest report. That arrest report is a sworn affidavit. Okay? Go back, take a look at it. If you've ever seen an arrest report, well, let's do that too, since we're talking about this, because I said that showed UK. Affidavit in support of criminal complaint and an arrest warrant. See, it put arrest and warrant together. Ladies and gentlemen, a police report, and let's go ahead. Police report versus affidavit. I think they're trying to say affidavit. Okay, anyway. Yes, there are differences, but without knowing what kind of case it is difficult to explain how it applies to your situation. I will just say that a police report is a written, sworn statement of what the officer either eyewitnesses or has investigated and briefly describes the crimes alleged and the events occurred. Police reports are sworn affidavits by the officer. Doesn't have to have a notary. He just has to swear that the information is true to the best of his knowledge. Okay? Now, here's the thing about arrests. Did the officer have probable cause to arrest the young man? Yes, he was in a van. It was on a sidewalk. It had front end damage. So yes, and it fit the description of the reported vehicle used in the commission of a crime. So he had the authority to do so. For the police to make a lawful arrest, the arresting officer must have either probable cause to arrest or a valid arrest warrant, or magistrate who has determined that there is probable cause for an arrest based upon sworn testimony and affidavit in support of the petition for a warrant. So, many of you are running into a lot of problems, and I am not going to say anything that's going to cause some of you to take my words, misconstrue them to fit your circumstances, because you need to have something to give you permission to do something. And then you're going to say, well, you said in your video. Ladies and gentlemen, I am very good at what I do, and I watch every word I say in these videos so that you cannot misconstrue my words. I got people telling me that I said this and I said that when I know for a fact, I told you all, people have been taking my words and trying to use them against me all my life. So I've had to be careful on how I say things. So I have to be careful in how I tell you this. If there is a situation that I'm involved in, and let's say somebody pulls me over, I have my necessary documentation. I don't volunteer information. My job is to remain silent. If the police puts on its lights, that means they've started an investigation. Now, this is me. I'm not telling you what to do, because my path is always, they're going to arrest. Okay? So I know that in advance. So I'm not going to be, don't cry for me, Argentina! I'm not going to be crying. Talking about, all I had to do was just give him the papers. He would have let me alone. He did that. He didn't want to let me. He did because I didn't cooperate. And I'm not going to tell you how to get around that stuff, because it's not my job. I got people calling me up, asking me how to handle their court cases, asking me for legal advice. And I give legal advice and I tell people how to handle their court cases, but that comes at a cost. And I got people who claim that they want that information for free. Oh, God, no. Oh, no, 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 no. No, 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 no. But you said that you don't do anything for money. I didn't say that at all. You ignorant you people. I didn't say that at all. So please stop thinking that. I told you, if you're going to take up my time, you're going to pay me for my time. And no, I don't just put myself out to help people in cases because, sorry, that's why I don't do motions for people. Writing that motion for that guy the other day and I put it online for the rest of you guys. Hey, I put motions and documents online on video. So all you have to do is, but I don't want to watch your videos. You play music in the background. Wait a minute. Speaking of music, y'all hold on. I ain't been playing no music in the background of this video. Oh my God, wait a minute. Just kidding. There's not going to be any music in this video, and I did that on purpose. But for those of you guys who don't like my music, don't watch my videos. If you don't like my music, don't watch my videos. If you don't like the way I do videos, don't watch my videos. You're addicted. You can't stop. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not here at your beck and call. But you said that. I don't give up what I said. I am not here to serve you, selfish, ignorant, ingrate. If that is what you think, then you're in the wrong channel. You're listening to the wrong man. And you're not going to get help from this man on any level because I'm not talking to you anymore. From this point on, you don't exist in my world. Now, for those of you who are my people, who are your people? My people are the ones who are here just to get the information. Who, when they come here, they're like, wait a minute, I didn't know that. I didn't know that police officers are doing nothing but citizens arrests. And to prove that they're doing a citizen's arrest, that's why they have to sign a sworn affidavit. Because they're already sworn officers, so why would they have to swear to their affidavit? Interesting, isn't it? I didn't know. Wait. Hold on. We got a statement here, ladies and gentlemen. I was about to end this video, but we're going to do probable cause to arrest. Let's find out what probable cause means. Probable cause for arrest exists when facts and circumstances within the police officer's knowledge would lead to a reasonable person to believe that the suspect is committing or is about to commit a crime. Ladies and gentlemen, that is not what probable cause means. Because nobody can anticipate the future. It's not a crime to think of committing a crime. It's not a crime to talk about committing a crime. Hold on one second, y'all. Be right back. Sorry about that. Had to go clear my throat. I had to go to the parvy. I apologize. Or privy. It's not privy. It's not within your privy. Okay. When the police can make an arrest, probable cause. Ladies and gentlemen, do you see how it says when the police can make an arrest, probable cause? Ladies and gentlemen, that is statutory. Let's find out when the police or anyone else can make an arrest. Hold on. We do. And it really should be called the fourth article of the Constitution. Hey, this was revised in 1992. They made a revision. They made a revision in 1992. The right of the people to be secure in their persons, their houses, papers, and effects against unreasonable searches and seizures shall not be violated, and no warrant shall issue but upon probable cause. The police doesn't get to arrest on probable cause. They say no warrant shall issue but upon probable cause. The only way the police can use probable cause is if they have a warrant. Sorry, this is what the Constitution says. No warrant shall issue but upon probable cause. So they're using statutory law. They're not using the Constitution. Supported by oath and affirmation and affidavit, and particularly describing the place to be searched and the persons or things to be seized. So, ladies and gentlemen, you need to understand the law. It's not my job to explain this to you. It's been there the whole time. It's just most people have been listening to these stupid judges tell them what the law is. Ladies and gentlemen, a judge cannot tell you what the law is. You are supposed to know the law. Ignorance of the law is nobody's excuse. And yet, it's an excuse for you. Well, they said a Miranda versus, excuse me, I don't care what they said. Anybody can say anything. I'm not looking for the Fourth Amendment. Okay. I'm looking for stuff like this. The Fourth Amendment, Amendment number 4 of the United States Constitution, is in part a Bill of Rights that prohibits unreasonable searches and seizures. It requires reasonable government searches and seizures to be conducted only upon issuance of a warrant, judicially sanctioned by probable cause. Interesting. So the warrant shall not be issued unless upon probable cause. So what gives the police the right to arrest without a judge's warrant? They can do what's called a citizen's arrest, which is what the police do, ladies and gentlemen. The government, the police are supposed to be representing the government, may not violate your right. See? Says right here, shall not be violated, and no warrant shall issue, but upon probable cause. This is conjunction, junction, what's your function? And. So this lets you know that the only way the people can lose their right to be secure in their persons, houses, papers, and effects, and have an unreasonable search and the seizure of their persons, houses, papers, and effects is when there is probable cause. Ladies and gentlemen, who gets to determine what probable cause is? So let's find out what probable cause is. And let's do Constitution. Let's not do copy. Let's not do probable cause, the word. Well, it's already there. Let's say Constitution. Yeah, I know I hit one key too much, so my bad. Do you see how it says police must have probable cause to arrest without a warrant? No, ladies and gentlemen, there is no law that says they can arrest without a warrant. And in many cases, to search and seize property without a warrant, prosecutors must also have probable cause to charge the defendant with a crime. Ladies and gentlemen, there is no law that says the police must have probable cause to arrest without a warrant. You just read it. I'll show it to you again. Let's go up to the top here. It says, no warrant shall issue but upon probable cause, supported by an affidavit. So they must get the warrant after, not before, the commission of a crime. They must get the warrant before they seize the person, the houses, the papers, the effects. Before they search, they must get the warrant. See, but upon probable cause, no warrant shall issue. Okay, what the courts is saying is the right of the people to be secure in their property shall not be violated, but upon probable cause. So, upon probable cause, these can be violated. No, this conjunction doesn't separate this from these because no warrant shall issue. The people don't have a right to a warrant. Okay, but then they'll say, well, the analysis of it is the right of the people to secure in their property do have a right to be secure in their property, but it says shall not be violated and no warrant shall issue. So it says, but upon probable cause, shall not be violated unless there's probable cause. It's what they're saying. So they're saying we can get rid of the warrant shall issue. We can get rid of that, and we can read it this way. The right of the people to be secure in their houses, papers, properties, and effects against unreasonable searches and seizure shall not be violated, but upon probable cause. Okay, supported by oath, affirmation, particularly describing the place and the seizure. Why? Because they took this conjunction and they are saying that this is separate from the rest of the amendment. You must understand, you need to argue. Now, this thing says it was amended. I don't like the amendment. I don't like, let's do that. I want to go to, no, that's not it. Is it this one? I think it is this one. Yeah, this is the Court of Appeals. This is the case we did yesterday. Let's do, I should have it. I should have it, but I don't have it. Let's do Stanford right here, Constitution. The Constitution, we're going to look at, this is supposed to be the original document, but I do know that some of it's been amended. So, but I want the original document because I want to show y'all, because they amended the Fourth Amendment in 1992. Now, why would they amend the Fourth Amendment? I don't know. Well, ask yourself that question. Why would they amend any of the amendments? Oh, well, no. Revise. They didn't amend them because that's what amendment means. They amended the articles of the Confederacy. So they amended those articles. That's where we get the amendment issue. No, don't want Section 8. I don't want Section 8 either. Section 8, it takes a long time to get on Section 8. Just kidding. Give me 1 second. We got to go. Nobody want no stupid testimonial. Amendments to the Constitution. And be it resolved and blah, blah, and blee, blah, blee, blah, blah, blee, blah, blay. Well, the right of the people to secure in their person, houses, papers, and effects against unreasonable searches and seizures shall not be violated. No warrant issue. So this, I don't know if this is the original. I don't know if this is the original. So I can't tell you that. But I know that this ain't the original. Watch this. That's what I should be doing. So let's get rid of you. Bye-bye. And let's go here. I want the original text of the United States Bill of Rights. And I just want the text. I don't care about anything else. By the way, Congress said that it made revisions. You cannot make revisions to that document. You see, this won't let me. There we go. It wouldn't let me. It was, I guess it's so many pictures. PDF, plain text version, Bill of Rights. Don't know. See, this doesn't tell me. The reason why I'm hesitating and I'm not speaking clearly is because this doesn't tell me if it's the original. See, battle over ratification of the United States Constitution and crafted to address the objections raised in the Anti-Federalists, the Bill of Rights amendments added to the Constitution specific guarantees of personal freedoms and rights, clear limitations of governmental power and judicial power and legislative power. Yes, it did. It limited government, but the Confederate articles, or the articles of the Confederacy, also did the same thing. It already had limitations on power. Let's see. There we go. It's finished now. Open. Now, while that's opening, let's see. All right, this is where we go. This is a full original text renditioning of the articles. Hold on. We got our PDF. Bill of Rights, ratified December 1791. It was ratified. Well, look at that. Look at that, y'all. Search warrants. Specific permission shall be necessary for any search of a person's house or belongings. Officials must present good evidence as to why the warrant should be given. This is the original text of the amendment. This is the original Bill of Rights. The other so-called Bill of Rights is for the, what is that? The United States Corporate. I can't say that. Don't do that. Now, here's the original wording, the original text. The person accused of a crime has the right to a fair trial by jury, to question witnesses for or against him or her, and to be provided a lawyer if he or she cannot afford one. So the right to counsel came later, ladies and gentlemen. In civil suits, not criminal. Wait a minute, hold on. Somebody's adding that. This, and they can show you, ladies and gentlemen, there's when I need you all to hold on 1 second. Ladies and gentlemen, I just handled a call from an individual. Somebody gave my number to the individual. I saw the name, so I knew when I saw the name that the two were associated. That's why I took the call. Ladies and gentlemen, you guys can't refer anybody to me. Now, that person, I took the call because that call was a business call. That was not a SATCOM or YouTube related call. That was a business call. I had inquired about something and somebody put the person in touch with me. However, as I told the person who called me, the other individual did not give me any type of heads up that he would be calling, which means that before I speak to him, I have to verify it. Why? Because there are agencies out there pretending to be whom they are not. And I don't play that. You're not going to set me up. Okay? I am of the mindset to always be paranoid. Pay attention. Now let's get back to this criminal suit where it says in civil suits. Pay attention, ladies and gentlemen. Every crime was civil. We showed you the Judiciary Act of 1789, and the Judiciary Act of 1789 was 2 years before this enactment of the ratification of the so-called Bill of Rights. Well, look at that. Congress should not say that the nation has only one religion or tell people they cannot practice a religion of their own choice. It should not tell the people what to say or what to write in the press. It should not tell people they can get together to protest peacefully and to write the government to complain about a decision that it has made. This is the original First Amendment. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I've never seen this prior to today, but something said, type in there and find out what the original amendment said. But hold on. The colonial, no, I don't want the foundation. What I want is the power not given to the United States or to individual states is reserved for the people. Any right not listed in the Bill of Rights is not necessarily denied to the people. Bail shall never be set too high, and punishment should never be cruel and unusual. That makes even punishment for a crime, everyone. Give me. Person accused of a crime has the right to a fair trial by jury, okay, and the rights of a person accused of a crime must include an official statement about the crime, and a person may not be tried twice for the same specific criminal incident. All of the steps of the must be followed in order to punish a person or take away their property. I like the fact that all of the steps must be followed. I know that this is a typo. Okay, all of the steps of the must be followed. Okay, that I know it should be saying all of the steps must be followed. And let's go. No soldier where there is peace should live in a house without the owner saying it's okay. If there is a war, then okay. And the right of the government to organize an army for individual citizens. Now, this is the one that I pulled up in my PDF editor. Okay, and this says plain text version. Hold on. That's the plain text version. Now that's just somebody, I don't believe that that was actually it, so now I got to pull it up. Articles, amendment, no, see, then I was wrong. That is their so-called plain text version. That's not the version. That's not what it says. And so now I got to get back to this because that right there makes it wrong. That's a so-called plain text version. That's somebody trying to break it down into English when you can't break it down into English. Okay, please understand that all crimes are civil. The reason why all crimes are civil is not because of all crimes are commercial. All crimes are civil because that was the only type of crime a person could commit against the society. It was an offense against society. So all crimes are civil. All suits are civil because the person committed a crime that violated the civil rights of another. Civil rights was not something that was invented in the 60s. All crimes were always civil. All right. So give me 1 second. I need to find out something. The Bill of Rights text. Thank you, United States Archive. Here is the full original text of the Bill of Rights of the United States. Okay, preamble to the Bill of Rights. Congress of the United States begun and held at the city of New York, Wednesday the 4th of March, 1789. The conventions of the number of states having at the time of their adoption, the Constitution expressed the desire in order to prevent misconstruction and abuse of its powers that further declaratory and restrictive clauses should be added, and as extended the grounds for public confidence and in the government will be assured to the beneficent ends of its institution. So the public were the beneficiaries of the Constitution. I don't want to be the resolve or anything. Oh, so the preamble was added later, huh? Interesting. In original form, these amendments were ratified December 15, 1791, and form what is known as the Bill of Rights. Congress shall make no law prohibiting the right of the people to the free exercise of speech, the right of the people to the free exercise of religion. See, it doesn't say you have the right to a religion. It just says that Congress cannot make a law regarding religion or the establishment of religion. So if you want to go call yourself the Ishraq Shabim Society of Religious Freedoms, you have the right to do that and create a religion for that. Although my God says that you don't have that right. According to man's law, the Constitution, you do have that right. Okay, abridging the freedom of speech. Now remember, these are not the original pilgrims. These are not the original people who sailed on the Mayflower. Okay, remember the conditions on the Mayflower weren't pleasant. Remember, Columbus went north. He knew the Spaniards were in the south, but he went north on purpose because the Spaniards hadn't conquered that land. Did he know that it was going to be wintry there? Of course he did, because he'd been there before. Hold on, don't take my word for it. Go back and do your research. The Spaniards, Amerigo Vespucci, is where we have the naming of America. Some people say, no, it's not that. It was named after it. No, don't do that. Don't do that. because North and South America, and they were colonists over here well before Columbus came over here in the first place. They were here way at the beginning of the early 1500s. So Columbus already knew of this place. All right, let's get back. Abridging the freedom of speech or of the press or the right of the people to peacefully assemble. Ladies and gentlemen, that's why they can stop protests, because when the people are not peaceful, the police have the right to step in. You have the right to assemble. They can't make a law against your peacefully assembling. It doesn't matter what their case law says. Their case law cannot go contrary to the Constitution. Any law contrary to the Constitution is repugnant and shall be void. Don't quote me on that. Put that quote in Google, search it, and see where it has already been determined that that is the case. Okay? And well-regulated militia being necessary for the security of a free state. If the United States has a militia, if your state has a militia, then that means your state is a free state. That means you get the right to be a free person. And the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. Well, when you make gun laws, you're infringing the right of the people to bear arms. It does not say that you lose the right to be a people if you commit a crime. There's nothing in the Constitution which says you lose constitutional rights if you commit a crime. There are a lot of people out there who lost their right to carry a gun and protect themselves because they committed a crime. Ladies and gentlemen, that is a statutory law. You have to know the difference. Now, if you go in court saying that's a statutory law, I'm not bound by statute, then you deserve everything you get. You don't get to take part of my words and run with them. See, I started to redo this video when I read over this thing. Okay, when it says plain text, ladies and gentlemen, this is not plain text. This is not plain text. The way it was written, I was thinking that this is the way the people originally put it together because the people weren't attorneys. I got to take this call. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. These are the people who deserve me answering. I apologize. There are some calls that I have to take. It's been about an hour and a half since I paused the video. So I actually forgot where I was headed, but I know we were talking about some other things. Ladies and gentlemen, I was speaking to a person who has a case in the court, and they're telling the person that they would get rid of all the tickets if the person just went out, got their driver's license, and got their automobile registered. Then they would get rid of all the tickets. The judge gave them a certain time to do that. If it's me, if I was in that courtroom, I'd be saying, first, I need to challenge your jurisdiction. I don't mean any disrespect to you or the administrative agency for which you operate and work for, or the fact that you guys engage in commercial business at all hours of the day. That's no disrespect for any of that. I just don't believe you have the jurisdiction you are claiming you have. As a matter of fact, I don't see the jurisdiction of this venue on the record. So I must withhold any compliance with any so-called orders of the court until jurisdiction is made and proved on the record, because I have the right to challenge jurisdiction, and I here at this time challenge the court's jurisdiction. Okay? And then when they say that I order you to get a driver's license, order you to do this, order you to do that, I'm sorry. You're saying you're ordering me to do that. I apologize, but I must also now bring up the fact that you're violating my rights and that you're violating the United States Constitution, Amendment number 13, Section 1, which says that you cannot subject me to servitude. You're subjecting me to servitude. You're ordering me to do something. Sorry, under the Constitution, you don't have the authority to order me to do anything. You see, that means that you're subjecting me to servitude, your jurisdiction. I hereby challenge your jurisdiction. Sorry, people, I can't tell you how to handle that. I'm only here to give you an understanding or a basis for which to do your foundational research. Go ahead and see that the courts must prove that they have a contract with you. But you can't just walk into court saying that the court must prove they have a contract with you or that you are licensed under them in order to give them jurisdiction. No, 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 no. You don't get to do that. You must prove this. So we started this video out talking about that incident that happened with the police officer, and individuals claiming that that particular police officer should have shot and killed the man because we're in this country. There's a nation of vengeance upon our enemies. Somebody will be held to pay. Okay, that's the United States. Revenge is the topic of the day for the United States. But see, as one of Jehovah's Witnesses, I don't seek revenge on anyone. I don't mind making people pay for messing with me, but I trust my God to make them pay. He has a law that he's already put into effect, which is a law nobody can get around. Everybody reaps what they sow. So if you do me wrong, wrong has to come your way. Unless, like in the case of Job, I ask him to forgive you. Now I'm under obligation to ask him to forgive you. Sorry, I am under obligation. But he says that he will not pardon the error. He will forgive the person, but not pardon the error. They still have to suffer the consequences of their actions. So I trust that. So I don't have to get back at anybody. But we're in a nation where revenge is the rule of the day. And yet they claim to believe in God, and they claim to be practicing what the scriptures say, but they don't know how to forgive. Sorry. Now, you might not like Jehovah's Witnesses this, and you may not like Jehovah's Witnesses that, but at least 4 times a month, and they have meetings 4 times a month. Well, they actually have them 8 times a month, twice a week. So at least 4 times a month, they are talking about forgiving their neighbor. At least on those 4 occasions, they talk about it at least 50 times. And they go over scriptures that support the fact that we're supposed to be forgiving our neighbors. So when we started this out, we were talking about that police officer and talking about how the other people can't forgive their neighbor. They're stuck on wanting somebody to pay. I am grateful. Yes, I said I am grateful. I am grateful that we have individuals. Hold on. No, it's not here. I got rid of it. Dagnabbit. I was going to pull up the officer. I was going to pull up the officer and say that I am so grateful that we have individuals such as this officer. Why? Because that officer, ladies and gentlemen, I don't think I have it still pulled up, so I can't take y'all to the officer. I'm so grateful that we have individuals such as that officer, because that officer, if you notice, he didn't shoot the man. He could have. He could have shot him, cone stole dead, and nobody would have been able to say anything about it. But he didn't shoot that man. What happened? What did he do? He ordered the man to get down on the ground. Man said, I got a gun. And he says, I don't care. IDK. I mean, IDC. I like IDC. I mean, IDK. But in IDC says, I don't care. Get on the ground. Ladies and gentlemen, there you go. An officer who was trained, an officer who did his job. And an officer who just simply did his job. If that was your mother, your grandmother, your sister, your brother, your uncle, your cousin, your niece, your nephew, or some distant relative that was involved in one of those people that he either maimed, and I did use the word maimed because many of those people will not walk again, and or killed, you would want him to pay because we live in a revenge society. So be grateful for officers like that. Death is not adequate payment, people. The people who lost their family members want him to suffer as their families did. So do you want him to suffer or do you want him to be dead? See, that's the problem, which is why it doesn't exist for us to make such decisions as that. Who are we to tell whether a person should live or die? I know many of you think that you have that right, which is why you have the problems you have. Who gave you the right to dictate someone else's life? No one. You did. You said, I have the right to do this. I have the right to do that. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to assume those rights of being judge and jury of a person's life, then do not get upset when your neighbor assumes the same right against you. Do not get upset when government assumes the same right against you. As we told you, go back over the videos, the recent videos talking about they have no jurisdiction. Understand the reason why they have no jurisdiction. Don't argue. When you challenge their jurisdiction, let them know you don't mean any disrespect to the court, but you don't see the jurisdiction being made to appear on the record. You don't see nowhere on the record, and you believe that the record has been presented to you because guess what? Ladies and gentlemen, they can't prosecute you without giving you discovery. And so, because the court has provided me a copy of the record, which I'm entitled to by law, if you have not, any items you have not provided to me as a record showing you have jurisdiction, they give a ticket. Remember, the ticket is you're submitting to jurisdiction. If you signed it, you're submitting to their jurisdiction. The ticket is in order for you to appear before them. If you appear, you're submitting to their jurisdiction. So you have to put something on the record saying that you do not wish to submit to their jurisdiction. You do not wish to volunteer. You do not wish to be a part of their arena. Just simple enough. Ladies and gentlemen, I gotta go eat. I was also cooking at the same time while having that conversation, and I am really getting ready to enjoy my food. Oh, I'm not even gonna tell y'all what I had because y'all gonna be envious. I promise y'all, because I ain't never made this before, especially like this. But I just took a bite and my mouth is watering. So I'm sorry. Gotta go. Have a good day.